Hey, welcome to Student Branding TV. I'm Kade Dworkin.
I'm Lambke.
And we're setting out to try and give you guys a visual and audio to some of the content that our great writers over at studentbranding.com are beginning to create for you guys. We want to make this a little more interactive than what those guys have got going on over there. So we've set up this great email account, studentbrandingtv@gmail.com. Go ahead and send that to you. Either Amber or I will get in there and get a response back to you as soon as we possibly can. So Amber, what are we talking about today?
Well, just to go back to the email, the idea with that is we would love to really hear, the point of Student Branding TV is to really be your guide. If you're in high school going to college, if you're a college student, or graduate school, post-college, you really need advice on your personal brand, on the best steps for getting a career, for resume, for anything that you want to learn in terms of like personal growth and development. We really want to be here to support you in that journey. So we'd love for you to send us some questions or subject matter you'd love to learn about. So yeah, studentbrandingtv@gmail.com. Send us suggestions and we will cover it.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we're just kind of getting our own feel for this video podcast as we kind of stumble our way through a first couple of episodes. And so we definitely want that feedback, and it'll be really important for us to see what you guys want from us. So, I mean, I kind of jumped the gun there trying to figure out what we're talking about today, Amber. Let's take I'm feeling like we should do like the big, high-scale kind of look at what we're trying to do here with the branding and how this all fits in. I mean, what are your immediate thoughts on that?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give a little background on you. I'll give a little background on me. We'll talk about maybe our goals for student branding, and then we'll talk about what the first step in branding is and what branding means to us.
Awesome. I always like to skip introductions to just get into content. That's a bad habit on my part. My name is
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, well, this is why you're the balancing act here, right? I'm the guy who's going to charge right through it. But yeah, my name is Kade Dworkin. I am, a recent graduate from Arizona State University, grabbing my master's degree in information management. Shortly before that, I had gotten my degree in business marketing and strategy. In the interim, I've worked with a lot of different .coms companies, ranging from little startups to some of the biggest names in the industry. I've gotten a good feel for what brands can be created online and how those things can be used, but also how that plays into the academic side of life, and how to really achieve some of the bigger goals that are out there for you. Because graduating, regardless of the level, is really important and is a major life step. So if there's anything that I can do to help, because I've done it now on all these different levels and I've done it on a very compressed time frame, let me help. Let me offer you that opportunity. So that's kind of the quick and dirty on my background. Amber, give the folks a little bit about you.
Yep, my name is Lambke again. I graduated Miami University in 2007. I created my own major, studied strategic communication, marketing, interactive media, entrepreneurship, worked for Apple throughout college, basically being the campus marketing rep, which was an unparalleled experience. Started my own company in college, was always blogging, writing. I worked for a digital marketing agency in Chicago post-college for a year and a half, leading digital marketing programs for Dove, Frito-Lay, Tres Generación Tequila, Kimberly-Clark. It was a startup environment, got a lot of great experience. Now I live in San Francisco, the best city in the world, and I'm the director of marketing for Leverage Software, and we basically create social networks, private social networks for enterprise companies. So my goals here, I really want to be like a resource that helps you. I was very self-directed, motivated, and I didn't have a ton of direction from people when I was going to college, and I sort of found it on my own, and so I think I really learned by doing, and I'm a pretty classic case of that. My mom was a long-time entrepreneur, and so she taught me a lot there, and I just think that I'm a genuine resource who wants to really help people out.
Oh, very cool. So, I mean, you've kind of set what you want to see, this student branding TV in particular, and kind of the brand in general from what we're picking up from our other editors and authors and contributors. What we're trying to achieve, right? This big goal of being a great resource for folks. So I mean, let's kind of jump into that big one that I kind of tipped my hand on earlier. And what do you define, branding as a student and an early professional to be?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because in my career, I started off doing branding for brands, for large, corporations, and understanding the value of really like understanding what are your values, what is your mission, like what is this brand passionate about, like what really like core defines you. And I would be a part of walking brands through like a message mapping system or session, we would call it, where essentially like you have to find out what that core message for that brand is and all of the different messages that surround it in a very like conversational format. Like we wanted it to be real, and this is working for a digital word of mouth marketing agency. So, you really capture the essence of the brand and it's like such clear form, and sort of applying that to your personal life to me is branding, really understanding what defines you, what you're passionate about, and like what you bring to the table, and making sure that everything you do from offline to online, your resume, it clearly communicates those core messages. That's branding.
I could not agree more on a lot of those key points, right? I mean, it's about knowing who you are first and foremost. And that's one of the big things that I think a lot of folks don't want to do. It's a lot of personal work and really figuring out what you are extremely passionate about. Some of the things that are, once again, having that consistent kind of frame, that, point of view regarding what you want to say and how you want to do it, and having that consistently applied, regardless of the platform you're using, is really important. So I definitely think that kind of stuff is something that a lot of people earlier on in their career really kind of misunderstand and or misuse. And so this is where I was really interested when I was approached about this opportunity and wanted to get involved, because I think that it is such a massive opportunity for people to jump in, get educated, do the hard work and hustle a little bit, and at the end of the day, create results for themselves that are really meaningful.
Right. No, that's but a perfect end to what I brought, to what I said. No, that's great.
Absolutely. And as we're kind of running short on time here, what you guys can expect from us going forward is that we're going to do probably somewhere between 3 and 7 minutes on a single topic, and then try to ping pong off of one another, try and pick up where we end up dropping something, or just having a different point of view, because as you can see, we're pretty different people, and so we've decided to team up for this.
Tell that already.
Yeah, just a bit, right? So
How are we different?
Just the way that we're approaching this is you're very much about giving people the context, where I'm all about actually making something happen, right? So.
Happen? Is that what you're trying to entail?
Yeah, no, I think that you have the ability, but you like to give people the frame to work in first, where I'm all about, finding that first thing, right? Getting that next win up on the board. Context really, for me, is something that's a bit of a luxury, or at least the way that I view it. So this will be interesting to see how it goes forward.
What do you mean by context?
Just giving people the surrounding information on a situation, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's not enjoying the journey, baby.
Very well put. So, you can look for us to start posting stuff, starting next week on our regular kind of basis. We're still kind of feeling around for what that's going to be. It looks like that one of us will post something kind of earlier in the week, Monday, Tuesday, and then you'll have a response on Wednesday or Thursday. And, who knows, maybe we end up getting enough requests that we'll end up doing something like on a Ustream Friday, just for, to really make us really available to you guys. So, if that's something that you're interested in, by all means, shoot us an email. That's studentbrandingtv@gmail.com. And we really look forward to hearing from you guys. So, Amber, thank you for joining me on this. It's been a lot of fun, and, this should be a good mix going forward.
Yep, definitely. Thanks, guys.